This is the periodic table, but I'm sure you already knew that. But I just wanted to remind you. We took a look at the table of elements and tried to find a metal that everybody would like to know more about. We couldn't really pinpoint which one we liked, so we looked at our comments and some of you commented to make a video about platinum. This one, number 78, PT. Where does the name platinum even come from? Platinum is a Spanish word, but it's pronounced as platina, which means little silver. When the Spanish got familiar with this element in the 16th century, it seems like they didn't really like it, and they always believe that it makes silver look bad. So it wasn't valuable in that era, and that is the main reason they called it platina or little silver, because it didn't deserve the same respect as silver itself. We all know that platinum is a very rare element, and sometimes it's even more expensive than gold. So where are the mines of platinum in the world? The biggest mines in the world is of course in South Africa and Canada. And 80% of the world's platinum is in these two countries. You can find platinum usually in other metal mines like gold. And you can find ore that looks like this, a little bit silverish black. The oldest usage of platinum in history was around 700 BC in ancient Egypt. When you purify platinum, it's extremely hard to work with it and shape it. And it's not like gold or silver. But the interesting thing is that ancient Egyptians had realized that if you mix platinum with gold together, you will get an alloy that's extremely durable. It's not soft like pure gold, and you can do a lot more with it. When you mix these two together, you will get an alloy that's very strong and it does not corrode whatsoever. When you find gold in ancient Egypt, it sometimes has platinum in it, and a lot of the historical artifacts that has been found that has platinum in it haven't lost much of its composure. In today's world, a lot of platinum is used in jewelry, even in luxury watches and rings and other jewelries. A lot of you might not know this, but a lot of platinum is actually used in a car's exhaust. Not the exhaust system itself, but this part of it, called the catalytic converter. About 50% of the platinum produced in the world goes towards catalytic converters. Long story short, there is a chemical product inside the catalytic converter that cleans the smoke that comes out of the engine, and instead of going out of the exhaust pipe, it holds it in. And that's one of the reasons that high mileage cars that burn a lot of fuel have clogged cats. If you don't take care of your car, of course you lose a lot of power, and if you don't take care of that, you could even blow the engine. Unlike gold that melts at 1064 degrees Celsius, platinum is much higher, 1768 degrees Celsius. And that is why some crucibles made in laboratories or factories are made from platinum. It seems like there's a lot of platinum inside cars, because even spark plugs, but only the tip of the spark plug is made from platinum, and that's because it does not corrode away and it can last much longer. Another place platinum is used is in chemotherapy medication and anti-tumor medications. You should know that when you go through chemotherapy, it kills cells. Not just cancer cells. Of course, it wants to only focus on them, but it's not that advanced yet. When you look at mines around the world, it's not a platinum mine. It's alongside other ones like gold or things that are similar to gold like copper and nickel. Sometimes you can even find platinum in iron mines. Gold, silver, palladium, rhodium, ruthenium, iridium, and osmium are known as precious metals. But there is another metal we have to add to this list, and that is platinum. It's also known as a precious metal. Platinum is more rare than you think. It's 30 times rarer than gold, but it's not as usable as gold. But gold is much more usable, and it's more popular. When you look at smartphones, you don't realize, but inside them, there are gold, platinum, and silver. It's interesting because some religions, men cannot wear gold. But in that case, they can't have smartphones either because there's gold inside them. Do you see this tool? This is called a pacemaker. This is an extremely important tool, and its wires can only be made from platinum because it's the only wire that can work for a long period of time inside the human body. Around the world, around 600,000 pacemakers are used. Another place platinum is used inside the body is platinum plates to hold bones together. Sometimes they temporarily put it inside your body to make your bones heal, but most of the time it's there permanently and it stays with you for a lifetime. It's interesting to know that the production of steel in the US for one day is the same as the world's platinum production for 1 year. That's how rare it is. Platinum is the third most densest element in the world, and that means each cubic centimeters weighs 21.45 grams. You might say that's not that much, but to give you a good comparison, let's compare it to something like iron. 1 cubic centimeters of iron is only 7.87 grams. That's pretty much 1/3 of the density of platinum. You might say, how about mercury? That's gotta be up there. Mercury is more dense than iron, but it still doesn't even make a dent compared to platinum. 1 cubic centimeters of mercury is 13.54 grams, which doesn't even come close. We have two other elements that are more dense than platinum, but not by a lot: iridium and osmium. We've made a video about iridium before. That's a little bit more dense than platinum, and osmium is a little bit more dense than iridium, so these three are extremely close together. Iridium and osmium are much more rare than platinum, so they're not really comparable. Let's get to the pricing of it. In the years before, platinum had gone up and down. It still does. But back in the day, platinum was more expensive than gold. In 2008, each ounce of platinum cost around $2,000. And if you compare that to gold, gold only cost around $1,000, a half price. But nowadays, it's completely the opposite. Gold is much more expensive than platinum. Right now, each ounce of platinum costs around $930, and that's while gold costs around $2,000 per ounce, and that makes it around $64 per gram. These prices go up and down all the time, but it's usually around this right about now. Even though platinum is 30 times more rare than gold, it's much cheaper. So that doesn't mean if it's more rare, it's more expensive. If you'd like to know the prices of different things around the world, especially fine metals, you can go on this website called Trading Economics.